With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To the ground, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Another run here with Dobbins. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
The Seahawks had 0-11 now on the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels, because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw here. He's airing it out for Williams. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards.
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And I tell you, from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's got some space here.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
To throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Catch made by Slayton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times we talk about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterward. I know he was trying to make a play, but that time he ends up drawing the flag.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now back to throw. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Their mobile quarterback with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is...
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Ravens have moved out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let the return guy touch it.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Set at the line for this next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll look to throw again. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in field goal range. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he's been able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
He'll get this down to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They're going to look to throw. That's complete to Slayton. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 21. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes we get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Back to throw here.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On play action, they'll throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Romero. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They'll look back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself. But it was 4th down, and the possession changes. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Right back to him on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he's corralled at the 40. And now the 4 picking up 8. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. In motion, the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Ravens have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Over the middle, complete. It's Romero. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now back to throw. Catch made by Slayton. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Dobbins is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. So stuff from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Seahawks! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. And that's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll set up to throw.
Connects with Slayton, and he will get a good amount of yardage back on 2nd down, but the clock still runs.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. He'll drop to throw.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's another first down for Seattle. They're stringing some good plays together in the passing game.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game.
So the victory here for Seattle. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Seahawks, it's a cause for celebration, their first win of the year after 11 straight defeats. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.